Hey, I think this is exciting. The David Pakman Show is hiring. We have a small team and we very rarely have open positions. I get emails all the time from people wanting to intern or work part-time or offering their services in different ways. And we essentially are almost never hiring. We are, is it lucky, blessed, fortunate that many of our employees stay a really long time. And we have a position that is available, and I want to tell you about it in case you want to apply or you know somebody that might want to apply. I will tell you at the end of this segment how to express interest. And if you do anything outside of what I'm saying to express interest, we're unfortunately going to have to ignore it because we have to set some guidelines and create some structure here. So this is a position that is remote. You can be anywhere for this position. But that being said, we mostly are working on Eastern U.S. Time zone. All right. This is a multidisciplinary position that includes social media and writing. It includes video editing. It includes publishing of content. And yes, it includes some sales. No cold calling people on the phone. But yes, interacting with possible advertisers and brands via email. So I think the easiest way to explain this position would be to tell you kind of like what a typical day would look like. The typical day would start with making a bunch of social media content and scheduling posts, maybe for that day, maybe for the weekend. This includes to our Instagram. This includes Twitter. This includes Facebook, TikTok, etc., and other platforms we're going to expand to. So first piece of it would be working with the team to figure out what did well yesterday on YouTube. Let's amplify some of that stuff. What funny memes do we have on Reddit, etc. All right, that's piece one of the day. Second part of the day, we are looking very strongly at launching a second YouTube channel. We have so much live stream content right now that there's lots of things that happen on live streams that would be very clippable as individual clips. But our main YouTube channel is essentially full with the clips from the podcast and interviews and this type of thing. So the ideal person would be able to, understanding the culture of the show and what's interesting and what's funny, go through the previous day's live stream and pick out a handful of moments, either live calls or reviews of clips or whatever the case may be, that would be good standalone clips for this second YouTube channel, working under the tutelage of producer Pat, cutting these, titling them, understanding metadata, thumbnails, clickbait titles. Obviously, we will teach you clickbait titles, and managing this potential second YouTube channel. Very good. That's part two. So we've got social media and this new second channel we are thinking of. Part three is working under the tutelage of producer and business development mastermind Noah, to do some sales outreach. And this includes, some people may know this, some people may not. We do ad sales, not just for the David Pakman Show, but also for other shows. We are almost, in a sense, an ad agency. And we want to expand that. So working under the tutelage of Noah, you would learn how do we grow our list of shows on which we place sponsors? How do we make initial contact with sponsors? And hopefully you would get to the point of negotiating your own deals as well. That would be part three of the job. And then I guess those are the three main parts. And then the other thing would be also learning the technical production of the show. How is the show carried out on a daily basis such that if we were to have an illness, like, for example, when I had my appendectomy, well, Pat filled in for me, but you wouldn't be expected to fill in for me. But what if Pat was out? What if we had to, so whatever? You would essentially learn to be a backup producer for the show as well. So this, for the right person, would be full-time. It also may start as part-time, and that would be absolutely fine. It would eventually be a full-time job with benefits. The key things are less about technical know-how. We've learned that we can really teach people all of the tech skills. What we can't teach is being a really good writer and written communicator. We can't teach go get 'em type attitude and people being go-getters. We can't necessarily teach, working well in a fast-paced environment, working on 4 or 5 different things each day. So those are really the big things. We are setting a requirement that you either have to have a college degree already or be in your last semester right now. And that is for a number of different reasons and to reduce certain complications. If you want to apply, we have a formal job description that I can send. You can inquire with a letter of interest and resume or without one, just asking for the position description. The only way to send inquiries about this job is info@davidpakman.com. And please make the subject of your email job opening. Okay. In the email, please confirm that you either have a college degree or are in your last semester. Tell me a little bit about meeting those requirements, being a good written communicator, working well in teams, working well in a fast-paced environment, etc. And we are going to, we anticipate, I mentioned this on the stream yesterday, we're already getting a lot of interest. So we anticipate a lot of interest, and it's very, very exciting. The team is growing. We are growing content. We are growing a lot of different things. All right. I've said way too much. I've gone on for a long time, but hopefully that gives you a sense of what's going on. And info@davidpakman.com is the one and only place to inquire. No voicemails, no visits to producer Pat's apartment, none of that. All right.